Hey guys, this is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. I am here today in Atlanta, Georgia. There's a lot of times with this channel that I'm just like, why am I here? Jesus. And today, that's one of those days. We're going out for a ride and drive event, and should be pretty interesting. I actually have no idea what we're going to be driving. Gonna load up, go get some breakfast, and head off to the track and see what kind of shenanigans we're getting into today. But one of those moments where I'm just...
Feel?
Good. Certainly something I have never done before.
Okay, so look, I am not a race car driver.
What? No way.
Getting behind the wheel of a Porsche GT4RS was absolutely mind-blowing. I'm going to insert all of the laps that I did at the end of this video. I thought, how cool would it be to share the entire experience as somebody who's never done this? I'm sure most of my viewers have not as well. You'll see as I go around the track, it is kind of, first of all, hilarious that I'm getting pulled on by a Miata.
I don't know how he picks up so much speed out of the corners.
How fast is he going?
26 miles an hour.
What are those things? Were those the other cars?
Really, you don't realize how violent these cars are. These transmissions are so snappy, and the throttle inputs are instantaneous.
Oh my God.
And the whole thing just feels so visceral. Visceral is the right word to describe it. So I'll just pick it back up from here at the tail end of the video. If you want to watch all of those laps, I'll insert that at the very end. You can check that out with the chapters in this video, which will be linked in the description down below.
Dude, this is nuts. Oh my God. This guy's not going easy. I don't think. Jesus. Holy hell. I don't know how fast I was going there. It might have been 40, but it felt like I was going a zillion miles an hour. Dude, these cars are nuts.
Yeah. Different animal, isn't it?
Holy that is insane. Alright. Carrera S. You know, I've always wanted to do laps at a track like this, so this is an absolute dream come true. I really want to thank Kumho and the brand amp, the people who brought me out for this, because I'm sitting here with journalists and I'm just damn with Gears and Gadgets. It feels weird. I'm out here ripping Porsches. YOLO. Man. It's like you can just... Whoa, almost spun out. I felt myself get real squirrely there for a second. Some speed here. Man, what a humbling experience.
Got it. How was it?
Amazing.
Hey, let's go. Good driving, man. Nice
Thank
job.
you. Great job.
I want to thank Kumho Tires for being out here. They've actually just launched 3 new tires, the Ecsta series tires. They launched a Sport, an All-Season, and like a Super Sport tire, which is why they're out here. So I will link Kumho in the description down below. This is just absolutely gnarly. Over here, the skid pad, and this guy is sending it. I actually just ran the skid pad myself in that Mustang. I'm going to run the Porsche in a minute. There's a couple Porsches out here. Honestly, this has been
an absolutely ridiculous adventure for me. Like, who am I to be out here ripping around at Atlanta Motorsports Park? This guarantee that just blew out my microphone. But look, this has been an absolute awesome event. I'm not a huge tire reviewer. That's not my gig here on YouTube, but it is my responsibility to come to an event like this and really share with you guys the experience that I had with the product. And throughout everything we've done here, autocross, the hot laps, skid pad, these tires have held their own through the entire process. Talking to the drifters, he's actually getting airborne over top of that, slightly. Talking to the drifters, I asked them, I said, how many laps or how many rounds are you getting on a set of tires? The drifters are running on the all-seasons, and they had nothing but good things to say about the tires as well.
Are you primarily like a YouTube creator?
Yeah, that's all I am. Just
awesome.
My own YouTube channel. I have no idea why I got invited to this.
Same. It's a privilege for us because drifters don't get to drive this track ever. It's really awesome. Yeah, it's a hoot.
So how many runs are you getting on a set?
I think it's tough because this is like a pretty coarse track, but I think in this car, which has good camber settings, it's like 10 to 12.
That's pretty good.
And we're like top of third handbraking into that little chute at the bottom before the hairpin. And the handbraking is like what really kills tires, because like you're compromising one part of the structure really fast.
Sure.
And so if chunking is going to happen or anything, it always starts there, and like you'll burn through your cords first when you flat spot it. So we've been trying to be delicate on that, flow through everything. But the more you can keep it solid rubber that's being abrasion weared versus melted rubber that's just being wiped off.
Correct. Yeah.
You'll like double the lifespan of your tires.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the main thing I cared about is like I'm driving a car made of fiberglass. As long as it didn't explode the quarter panels, we're just chucking the tread, and they've
awesome.
done their job on that regard.
Without you guys, I don't get invited to stuff like this, and I will forever be grateful for that opportunity. I'm going to jump in that car. Man, these things stop like crazy. Probably our last run of the day. Getting behind the wheel of these, first of all, incredibly expensive cars, which really kind of goes to show you how much Kumho really trusted their tires, because I had no experience driving something that $150,000, $60,000 car. But they threw me behind the wheel, and I did the best that I could. And the speeds that I'm carrying, you're going to be like, man, it really wasn't that fast. But this is actually a pretty tight road course. And the speeds, as you're kind of going through those corners, you're feeling it. And you don't have any real concept of what the car is supposed to be doing. But you do feel the tires kind of sliding out a little bit. And it's like, how far do I want to push this car that isn't mine? I don't want to wreck it. I have no idea what the waiver that I signed said, and I'm not interested in buying I'd be interested in buying a GT4RS, but not a broken one, and wanted to kind of take it easy. So you'll see that there's a lot of times where I'm coming out of the corners and I'm just hammering down because it's fun, but then also just trying to make sure I'm slowing down before I get to the corners and not sending one of these things into the trees. But I'll just run it from there, and I figure you guys who have not, like me, had the experience of doing something like this can just kind of see it from my perspective of what it was like going around the track for the first time. Here we go. Certainly something I have never done before. Get the AC on, which seems unnecessary. But the whole idea here, they gave us a driver's instruction to keep 2-3 car lengths and just follow the tire tracks of the car in front of you. Kind of brake where they brake. And let's not hurt a GT4RS today. And here we go. This is wild. Holy balls. Dude, this is nuts. Oh my God. This is insane. I have no idea how fast I'm going. Jesus Christ. That was a terrible apex. So was that one. This is insane. Doing 75, I feel like I'm doing a million. This guy's not going easy. I don't think. Jesus. This is gnarly as f. Who am I? This is f insane. I'm gonna have to bleep out a lot here. Jesus Christ. Golly. I feel like I'm doing 1 trillion miles an hour. This is insane. I don't know how he picks up so much speed out of the corners. too fast. I blew that corner. This is insane. Oh, alright, I guess we're going in. Holy hell. I don't know how fast I was going there. It might have been 40, but it felt like I was going a zillion miles an hour. Dude, these cars are nuts. That is testing a tire. Damn. Alright. Carrera S. This should be pretty wild. The guy in front of me, I believe, seems like he's done this before, so he might push the pace on me, which I'm okay with. Because let him have a good time. But yeah, these things are pretty fucking gnarly. You know, I've always wanted to do laps at a track like this, so this is an absolute dream come true. And I really want to thank Kumho and the brand amp, the people who brought me out for this, because I'm sitting here with journalists and, like, I don't know, just the fast lane cars here, which is super cool. And I'm just damn with gears and gadgets. It feels weird. I'm out here ripping Porsches around a track. But YOLO. Yeah, this feels maybe not as fast as the GT4RS as I would expect it not to be. Yeah, that guy in front of me has definitely done this before. He's right on the back end of that other car. This is the corner I blew earlier. Wheel around it. I don't know what he was waving at, but man, these things stay planted. Guy in front of me might have been told to stay back. Man. What a dream. Oh, I'm pegged to the floor now. The downshifts on these are awesome. This pace driver's at a much slower pace now than the last guy. spun out. I felt myself get real squirrely there for a second. What an adrenaline rush. It really is wild how like the apex hitting the exact spot makes such a difference in a turn. Man, what a humbling experience. Carry better speed. Hit the corners better. Lose it. This is where I felt like I was going to lose it last time. Man, the way you carry speed in the corners is really where it's at. I don't know where my flashers are. I'm done with that. Man, wild. What a dream. I'm so happy I recorded this. This is something I may or may never, I may not be able to do this ever again. I am lucky, and I know it. So again, I want to thank Kumho for bringing me out for this event. It was an absolutely mind-blowing experience. All of the tires that we tested really held their own throughout the entire thing. Very happy with the product. Honestly, the way you know the tires are working is if you're not thinking about them. And the whole event, there was one moment in the 911 Carrera S that I was in where I had the back end kind of slide out a little bit. That is a rear-wheel drive car, and I was gassing it out of kind of through a turn, and I kind of felt it get a little bit squirrely. I wasn't that close to spinning out, but it was close enough of the back end kicking out that it scared me for a second. But again, for the rest of the event, didn't even think about the tires, and the Kumhos really held their own, and I want to thank Kumho for having me out for this event. Again, check out their Ecsta series. I will link it in the description down below. Thank you guys. Without you guys, none of this stuff is possible. So with that said, thank you very much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Crazy.